Hello, everybody. We today for math are going to look at two. Yeah, I said it, two math words. And those two math words are prime and composite. Okay, so any number out there in the world is either prime or composite. Just like we have humans are boys or girls. So we have numbers are primes or composites. So let's take a look at some numbers. All right, and we're going to start with the number 1. And I am using the Number Pieces app so I can show what the number actually looks like. So the number 1 is, here it is, 1 square. And to figure out whether it's prime or composite, it deals with factors. So check it out. How many rectangles can I make with 1? This is all I can do. This is all I can do right here. I just have this guy right here, which you might be like, Math Fairy, that's not a rectangle. Well, let me tell you a little secret. Put your ear up here. Put your ear up here. I'm going to tell you a little math secret. All squares are rectangles. They're considered rectangles. Yeah, I know. Whoa! But not all rectangles are squares. Okay, check it out. Let me just show you this. This is from a website called Math is Fun, and it's showing you the definition of a rectangle. And it's a 4-sided flat shape with straight sides where all interior angles are right angles. See them? Right, 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 right. And also opposite sides, see them? These red sides, opposite sides are parallel. They're never going to hit. Opposite sides, blue, are parallel, never hitting. And they're of equal length with each other. Like this red side is equal to that one. This blue side is equal to that one. So when I'm moving this around, this is, everything I do is a rectangle. But do you notice some of the rectangles are also squares? Okay, so in this example, a square is a special type of rectangle. Huh, what do you know? Okay, all right. Let's go back to the number pieces. So I was only able to make 1 rectangle. So I'm going to write that. The number of rectangles, I'm just going to write number of R, was 1. Okay. And what are the factors of 1? Well, look at, it's a 1 by 1. So really the factors of 1, factors, 1 times 1 is 1. So the factors of 1 is actually just 1 itself. Okay, 1, you're a little weird. All right, let's go to 2, the number 2. Now, we haven't even said whether this is prime or composite yet. Ha! Well, let's keep going, and then maybe we'll see something, and I'll show you. So the number 2. Oh, now I have 2 pieces. So what type of rectangle can I make here? Well, there's a rectangle. I could make a 2, so this has a side length of 2 by 1. Can I make any other type of rectangle? Let's see. Well, I could go like this with 2 pieces, and that would be a 2 by 1. These factors are actually the same. Do you notice that? 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So these are the same thing. So this only counts as 1. So I'm going to say, okay, that's the same thing. That's just 1 rectangle. All I'm able to make is 1 rectangle. Now, what are the factors? Well, this one was 1 times 1 equals 1. Here are my factors right here. And they are both the same, which is why we only have 1 factor right here. This one, the factors were what? 1 times 2 equals 2. Here are my factors. So I actually have 2 factors, the number 1 and the number 2. Okay? So I went from 1 factor to 2 factors. Let's go to another number. Now I know, calm down. I haven't told you whether they're prime or composite yet. Just hold your horses. All right, the number 3. I'm going 1, 2, 3, and I need to see if I can make some different rectangles here. Here's 1 rectangle. Now I could go like this and do it vertically. That's the same thing though. Okay, it's just rotated, so I'm not going to do that. Could I go like this for another rectangle? No, because that's not a rectangle. All right, I would need another piece. So, oh my gosh, I only have one again. So I'm going to say here is my side length of 3, side length of 1, and I have one rectangle. Now what are my factors? 1 times 3 is 3. So here are my factors. How many factors do I got? I have 2, and they're 1 and 3. Weirdness. All right, let's try one more number, and then I will tell you the definition of prime and whether these are prime or composite, okay? So here we go, the number 4. I'm going 1, and I need how many of these? I need 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, I have made my first rectangle, okay? Now, is there another rectangle I can make? I'm putting some lines here so I know what is what. The number 4, yes! Oh my gosh, I can finally make a different version. I could also go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Would that be a rectangle? No! But I could move this down here and it would be, remember, all squares are considered rectangles. Okay, these I actually am able to make how many rectangles? 2! Oh, finally! And now, what are my factors? Well, here it was 1 times 4 equals 4. So my factors are 1 and 4. And then here, my factors, let's see, are 2 and 2. So if it's the same number, I just write it 1 time. So I'm going to write them in order from least to greatest. So I have a factor of 1, I have a factor of 2, and I have a factor of 4. So this actually had 3 factors, okay? Now, let's look at prime. Which of these are prime and which are composite, okay? All right, check out this video here. Let me turn up my volume. All right, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Prime, 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 prime. I'm prime. 1 and me. And me, 2 plus another. Ooh, I'm prime. The factors are 1 and me. Okay, you hear that? I'm prime. P-R-I-M-E. Only factors are 1 and me. That's the definition of prime right there. So let's check it back. So prime, the only factors in a prime number are the numbers 1 and me. Who's me? Me? Math fairy? The factor has to be math fairy? What? No! The factor has to be the actual number. So check it out. The number 2, we look at the number 2, its factors are 1 and itself, who we call me. The 2's like, hey, that's me. And the other factor is 1. So you ask the number 2, hey, number 2, who's your factors? And 2's like, oh, it's 1 and me. And you're like, oh, you're prime. And 2's like, duh, yeah, I know. I am prime time. All right, so we have 2 is prime because the only factors are 1 and me. How about 3? Is that prime? The only factors are 1 and me. Oh, 3 is prime. 3 can walk around with 2. Now, what about 4? The only factors are 1 and me and, oh, 2. Uh-oh, 4. So 4 has more factors than just 1 and itself. So it's considered composite. Now you might be saying, Math Fairy, you skipped number 1. Yeah, I know. I did that on purpose because 1 is kind of weird. Why would I say that? Well, check it out. Its factors are 1 and... Wait, what? It's just 1. And that's actually itself. So what? Okay. A prime number has to have 2 factors. 1 and itself. That's two factors, and this is only one factor. And then you might be like, okay, then it's composite. No, because a composite number has to have more than two factors. More than two factors. And one only has one. One. One is so full of itself. It is just only wanting to be the number one. So one, you are out of this story. One is not prime and it's not composite. It's just the number one. Yep. It's going around going, I'm number one, I'm number one, I'm number one. And we're like, we know. Okay, we know. You're not prime, you're not composite, you're number one. Yeah, I get it. Okay, have fun. Check out some other numbers and see if there's one in itself in factors, you got a prime on your hands. All right? Okay, prime. I'm prime. Bye. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. I won't. Go forth and find primes.